Welcome back to another episode of your Digital Hustle News. I'm Wade Teamer. This video isn't necessarily going to be focused around a project. This is an adoption story for you because the IMF is looking to change how credit scores are calculated, and they're looking to incorporate web history as well as other aspects of your digital footprint to calculate new credit scores for the new system. Now, we're all aware of social credit scores being practiced in China and the implications that has had so far on their society when it comes to censorship, regulation, tracking of things, so forth and so on. But in reading this story, and as you can see by the date, August 20th, I've held on to this for a couple of days, guys, because this was one that I needed to meditate on before I brought it to you. Now, it doesn't directly mention cryptocurrencies here, but let's just think with an open mind for a second as we get into the details of this recent IMF report. All right. It states that the rise of fintech services and cryptocurrencies have changed modern banking in a number of ways, and banks face an increasing number of challenges as various third-party payment processors interpose themselves between financial institutions and their traditional customers. The credit scoring systems used broadly in the United States and Europe are based on so-called hard information, bill payments, pay stubs, and how much of your current credit limit you are tapping. Now, right away, they start this research with the focus of fintechs and how they are affecting the current payment system. It makes sense when you think about it because these fintechs, these wallet services, all of these places where we exchange crypto, trade, whatever you may have, there's a lot of financial data that isn't being registered. Okay. Say, for example, Abra's loan system or any other platform that allows you to take out a loan in crypto based on the collateral that you already have. Now, that's a similar system to a payday loan or a loan that you would get from the bank, that your behavior with that loan gets registered on your credit report. Now, these crypto loans aren't being registered, and they realize that. So now the conversation is, how can they get that data? Okay. Now, it goes on to state that the researchers point out that so-called hard credit scores have two significant problems. First, banks tend to reduce credit availability during a downturn, which is when people most likely need it. Secondly, it can be difficult for companies and individuals without credit histories to begin creating one. It's a bit of a catch-22 in the system, in that what you need to persuade an institution to loan you money is credit history you don't have, because no one will loan you money. Just like when you're first getting a job, you need job experience, but no one will hire you. It's a dead system, guys. But having identified these flaws in the system, the authors of this research paper write that the rise of the internet permits the use of new types of non-financial customer data, such as browsing histories and online shopping behavior of individuals or customer ratings for online vendors. The literature suggests that such non-financial data are valuable for financial decision-making. Bergethal 2019 shows that easy to collect information such as the so-called digital footprint, email provider, mobile carrier, operating system, etc., performs as well as traditional credit scores in assessing borrower risk. Moreover, there are complementaries between financial and non-financial data. Combing credit scores and digital footprint further improves loan default predictions. Accordingly, the incorporation of non-financial data can lead to significant efficiency gains in financial intermediation. So, simply put, guys, they're looking to expand the criteria even change the criteria of how your credit score is calculated. Okay. This immediately made me think of a couple different things. One, social credit score in China. Okay. This is a prelude to that. Definitely. Because that's a lot it's what they use over there to calculate your social credit score. It's your social media behavior, it's your shopping habits, it's your work histories, it's your browser history. If you are supporting things that aren't necessarily popular according to the current agenda of the time, they will know. This research that the IMF is doing, this conversation that they're having, is the exact same thing. Now, the second thing that it makes me think of is the technology, the data itself. Okay, because this report goes on to state how once these new systems are instituted, they're going to be essentially placed upon a system, an AI system that is then going to take the place of your Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, so forth and so on. Okay. The credit reporting bureaus will now be artificially designed with these preset templates, data sets, if you will, that will give them the data that they will use to then make the decision. But with that, you have something called coded bias. There's a documentary on Netflix under that name. I would highly advise you guys to watch because I watched it and it gave me a completely different viewpoint on just how my data is really being used and what I use it for. So this story, of course, not centered around a specific project, but it is focused on global adoption in a sense that, yes, we're rushing into this technological revolution in large part through these assets, but we still have to be aware of the exterior things that are changing around it and because of it. Okay. So with that being said, guys, of course, if you found value in this video, make sure you hit that like button and, of course, subscribe so that you never miss an update on global crypto adoption from a global perspective. If you want to get in contact with me directly, of course, you can always leave a comment, send me an email, or get in touch with me at digitalhustlenews.io. All those links will be down in the description for your convenience. But with all that being said, guys, I want you to have a great day. Have a prosperous day. And most importantly, protect your data, man. It's big business out here. And get that money. I'll see y'all in the next one.